And I told him, what did I tell you, B?
What
did I tell you? Nope. What did I tell you when I said, what I say about cheering? When I said, I'm the only one you need. My boy gone. Over with, bro. Nothing left.
Yeah.
I said, when I'm in this motherfucker, all you need. Boys, I'm talking about the whole fucking gym, bro.
It's like the whole world against us.
The whole world against us. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody but me.
That's what you need. Yeah, for real.
Because I'm a ride for you. You feel me?
Exactly. That's all you need. My name's B.Reid. I'm here with Team Norman. This is Briannormantowing Jr. 18-0, 15 knockouts. This is his dad, Briannormantowing Sr. This is just an introduction. I want you guys to know who this man is because he's going to be somebody big in the future. My introduction to him, I know this is your introduction, but my introduction, there was a fight here in Atlanta. A lot of good fighters were on that card. There was Carlos Jackson, King Tito, Tay Jones,
Montgomery.
all the Montgomerys was on there, right?
I don't think the oldest was. I don't think Michael was. I don't think
Mike did.
Malik and
Malik was on it. I think
Malik Mike did fight. Did he? Mike did fight. I think Mike did fight. The Montgomery brothers. We just said the Montgomery brothers, so either whichever one did. I'm pretty sure Mike did.
Yeah, there was. I think all of them. But I mean, these are some of the best fighters in Atlanta, in Georgia, period.
Right.
And
in the world.
Yeah. We'll take that. World. But Adrian Russell's a trainer who he's been around, one of the baddest dudes you're gonna see with mitts, and he's worked with so many fighters here in Atlanta. And he's somebody who never talks bad about a fighter, but he's rare to give somebody props. And as soon as I got there, he said, "B, wait till you see Briannormantowing Jr., man. Wait till you see this kid." And I looked at him like, what? Because he doesn't give people props. But he, throughout the fight, because I think he fought pretty late on that card, right?
Yeah, I was main event.
So it was, the whole night. He talking about Briannormantowing Jr., wait till you see this kid fight. And, he didn't disappoint. He got the stoppage, and, I was impressed. So that's my introduction to him. Tell the people who you are, man.
Like you just said, Briannormantowing Jr., 18-0, 15 knockouts. This is all the beginning. We haven't did nothing yet. I know I got a lot of fights, but I'm only 20 years old. Haven't did a lot yet, but I will be doing a lot. One thing about me, you will not outwork me. I am a savage. I am the son of the original, and it's in my blood. You see him, you see how he built. They call him an old man, but this an old bell. You feel me? So I get it all from this one right here. This the king savage, and I'm the prince. It's in the blood. It's in the bloodline. It's what we do.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. So when did you start boxing?
I was 7 years old, and the reason I started because of this one right here. He came to me one night and said, "B, I think I'm finna hang it up." Then I just asked the question, "Well, can I start?" He said, "Are you sure?" I said, yeah. He said, it's a dangerous sport. People walk out messed up, brain damage, slurring, talking, everything like that. I said, let's do it. First thing he taught me was footwork, defense. He was real big on defense still to this day. So he said if I slur one time, if I slur one too many times, I'm out the game. B, get out. No.
That's a daddy instinct. That's a daddy instinct.
So I done seen too many times and too many people, too many friends of mine personally that I shared the bench with and I talk with every day, every single day. And all of a sudden out of the blue, they're stuttering, they're slurring, and one of the main things when you ask them a question, it takes time to register in their brain. I seen sweep you like that in the interview one time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and that ain't my thing. And it's a whole lot of life behind past boxing, man. I love the sport of boxing. I love that my son is so good at the sport of boxing, but he's still my son. He'll be my son past boxing.
Exactly.
Protection and defense is the main thing that I would always teach any child or encourage any parent or any coach to teach any child first, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
As you teach them that jab, teach them how to catch another jab coming back. Because I've seen so many kids go in the ring, and he's seen it, he witnessed, and I say, watch this. The kids going there, all these combos punches, they never taught them not one piece of defense, and they just eating it. The one boy, he just punch. Sometimes, man, that's all they know.
Yeah.
And they eating punches, and from the start, I can't go for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The object's hit and not get hit. That's
The object is to hit and not get hit. Protect yourself at all times. I mean, even I tell them, even when he's sparring with little kids, I don't want them hitting on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Defense, whatever. I don't want you letting them hit on you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a little kid, let them hit you to the body, something okay, fine. But
add up.
yeah, don't even let them hit in your head.
Exactly.
That ain't gonna happen.
So was there reservations at first when he said he wants to box? Were you happy, excited about it? What was your stance when you first heard it?
I was very unhappy about it.
Yeah.
My oldest son, M.Reid.Norman, he fought for a while, and he had started and stopped. So I started them both back at the same time. So when they started back, the only reason I started back is because I believe in giving them the chance that I had. I can't deny them. If there's something they really want, like you said, I asked them, is there something you really want to do? So if it's something they really want to do, I can't see myself. I'm not going to deny them the chance that I had. And, you know, he loved it. So, I mean, it's definitely God sent to him. You know what I mean? So it was everything lined up for him or whatever. Even through my career, what I learned to teach him, everything just lined up, and it seemed like it was designed to be this way. You know what I mean?
Was it love at first sight for you? Was it like you're 7 years old and it's like you just in love with it, or was there points where you were like, I don't know?
At first it was just all fun and games. Like I wasn't deep into it for real. It was just like going outside playing football for the most part. That's how it was for me. And then like you said, was the first love? Not at all.
Yeah.
I took a whole year off just to play games.
Yeah. So like what? Like you talking about like PlayStation and stuff like that?
I just wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
So I was up all night playing the game. Then my daddy said, "Let's go train." I said, "No." My dad said, "So I know what it is. You was up all night playing the game. You got to choose one. So you get the game or boxing." I want to play the game. I played the game. All right, cool. The game played out. and then you get that urge. Like once you fight, you just get that urge.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, you can't help it. Even
Any
my brother
boxer,
still to this day.
Any boxer let you know this is in your blood.
Yeah, even my brother still to this day. He might fight him just shuttle boxing for no reason at all. It's just in your blood. So the urge came back. I came back into boxing, and then now I'm older. I was at this time I just started puberty, so you know what I'm saying, I started getting a little muscle on me, aggression, I guess you would say, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So then he got back in me. This when I really got into boxing, like strong. And that's when I became a killer.
Got you.
Like at first I box you to sleep. I just move around, do whatever. But now I'm killing you. Yeah, I could box too, but I'm coming to kill.
Yeah. You trying to take them out.
Yeah.
So what age did you? What was your first time you sparred? At what age?
I don't know for a fact, but I'm gonna say 7.
7.
I put it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
His first time in the ring is on YouTube. He dropped it, boy.
Yeah, a 7.
First time. The little boy over that
I know you talking about.
Yeah. Green shirt. Yeah, you had no green.
Oh, that's crazy.
He dropped this on YouTube. I just saw it. Yeah.
So was your think back to your first amateur fight, your first time sparring? What was more of a nerve? Was it sparring, or was it the first amateur fight?
It was really both, because this is the only thing. All right, I'm gonna say the first sparring session. You finna fight.
Yeah.
Like this your first real deal. Somebody is throwing them things at you.
Yeah,
This ain't normal. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Like we ain't used to this. Our emotions ain't built for this. So then you got down, but now we in the fight. Once again, this our first fight. The whole gym looking at us and everything. The kids ain't ready for that pressure. So at the same time, I say they pretty much equal. And then also I lost my first fight, so I say they're both pretty much equal.
What age were you at your first amateur fight?
I believe you have to be 8 years old to fight, so I'm gonna say 8.
Okay, cool. So do you remember what it was like leading up to that first amateur fight? Do you remember like the feeling or what your thoughts were?
Nervousness, like all day long. Like I said, you're not used to it. It's something new, and like it's all fun and games when you training and all this stuff. But when you actually sit down and think about it, wait a minute, I gotta fight.
Yeah.
This other boy trained to fight too. And I don't know if he trained harder than me. I'm thinking about all this at 8 years old. I don't care. I'm thinking, what if he worked harder? What if he a savage also and all that stuff? So that's what I'm thinking about back then. But now, I don't care how much you train. You did not outwork me. You're not finna kill me. You're not finna hurt me. I will go through you.
That's definitely, people don't understand. I don't think, I think boxing, for the most part, we have the most people who watch boxing who never participated in the boxing, so they don't understand the mental aspect of it. You know, when you start getting in there, start boxing, start training, all of that stuff plays a part when you actually get in the ring. You know, you're thinking about, yo, did I work hard enough and everything? But if you know you put in that work,
you don't even question.
Yeah, you don't even question it. Like,
you have to think about it.
So, did you play any other sports coming up, or was it just boxing?
Like real deal. Actually, in sports, I played football a few times. My team, I ain't gonna lie, my team was trash. All right, I'm gonna say my team. That's why I like boxing.
Yeah.
It's
No team.
It's an I in boxing.
Yeah.
It's all about me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use that I in boxing. I'm gonna go in there and do what I gotta do.
Exactly.
But in a team sport, it's not for me because I ain't gonna lie. I'm very athletic. I play pretty much any sport. You throw me in, I'm good. But if it's a team sport, I gotta rely on you. You. I can't do that.
Exactly.
He did a few. He was good at off top. He wrestled.
Yeah,
He was good at off top.
Yeah. Were you excited for him in other sports, or was it just like the passion was with boxing?
Well, once he started, and I was cool with him doing it, and he was good at doing it. For me, passion was in boxing.
Yeah.
It's in boxing.
It's one of those things, man.
I wanted him. Passion was in boxing.
Yeah. Does it affect the way you look at him because you used to box? Because it's, when somebody plays a sport and they try to bring somebody else into it, it's like, oh man, like you should be able to do this or something like that. Is it?
Well, the good thing about this and what he's doing is, and me as a person is, I'm a thinker, and I believe in learning when I'm going through something.
Understood.
Some people just go through stuff and they don't never pay attention. They don't learn from it. They don't learn from their mistakes. It's just something they're doing. It wasn't something I just did. I learned from everything I do.
Got you.
And like I said, I believe that's what benefited and led up to this right here, because I pay attention. I know there's a reason for everything. Like, whether it be the reason you throw this punch, that punch. You understand what I'm saying? It's certain things that I've been training his mind since he could box.
That's big. That's big.
I've been training his mind every day. We left the gym. I talked to him. I told him things. I told him why this. I told him why that. When they spar, I explained everything to him. And I want to say he was 14 years old when that finally clicked.
Yeah.
Tell me the date. You remember the date?
December the 4th, 2014.
Yeah, December 4th, 2014.
What's the significance of that date?
That's the first date that everything he been saying. I actually said, you know what?
I told him.
Let me just dig down and do what he say. Because at first, like I said, I was just trying to box and stuff like that. But that particular date, I said, you know what? Let me just try it. And then I just tried. I dogged him out or whatever. It was sparring session. I dogged him out and I said, you know what? I can do this. Let me try it again.
He was a dog that day.
And then he set up sparring, I think, the next week or whatever. But this time it was a big dude. He probably had about like 15 pounds. He said, B, I want to see if you can do it again or whatever. And I said, all right, let's do it. Wiped him out. Like the whole, of course I couldn't knock him out because he was big as ever. But the whole sparring, I'm just tagging, boom, boom, just stick, get out the way. Just eating. I was eating the whole time, and ever since then,
that was it. That's dope, man. That's really dope. So that was the day it all clicked. And then moving forward from there, what was the mindset as far as let's say he puts you in the ring with somebody who's tough. Like was it I'm gonna dog him out still, or was there any thoughts behind it? Like, damn, I don't know about this one.
No. Like I said before, if I'm going off what you said, when you know you put in the work, you don't even have to worry about that. So I know for a fact I put in the work because he be killing me all the time. So of course I know I'm in shape no matter what, and also I got a dog in me. So you think you're not finna out dog me. And if you think you are, let's go. Let's see.
Understood.
So I'm not worried about if you a dog too. I'm finna break you down and wipe you out.
So we have a lot of father-son trainers in boxing, but I think I would say 90% comfortably. None of them ever boxed before. Do you think that's an advantage for you guys?
I do think it's an advantage because I've seen coaches that don't understand. I've seen coaches that ask like they put like a child that I just saw sparring the other day. He was a kid, and his father is a coach or whatever, a muscle bound man. You understand. Of course, as fathers, we're gonna think our kids are the toughest ever, and of course, he knows what his kids is normally used to doing, but this boy hit hard. And he was like, Why you let him back you up? Stop backing up. But I knew.
Yeah. He been in the ring.
I've been in the ring.
Before.
I knew why he was backing up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes like that's easier said than done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I don't want to go back in there and feel that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not picking on him. I'm using that as an example of recent. It just happened of, you know.
He cleared it up right after. Yeah.
Right, because he cleared it up right after. But I'm using that as an example of knowing. You know what I mean? I know when a person is tired. It's certain things that you look at. It's certain things that like they'll come out one way, and then all of a sudden, watch what they're doing. It's another way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know that because you've been in the ring with it. You've seen it. You know what I mean? You felt it. You know how the fighter feels. You know how you feel. You really have empathy for what's going on. You get what I'm saying? You really can embody what's happening right now. Because especially if you've been in all types of situations like that, whether it be hurt, whether it be fatigue, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? And you know what it takes to dig yourself up out of that. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of go in me, and sometimes, you know, it's hard, and then some people don't even have that little bit of heart to get it up out of there. So,
Exactly.
So I think it's a very big benefit when you have been in the ring and you have boxed. It's definitely
100%.
That's my biggest benefit.
I agree 100%, man, because you could read it, like you said, you could read little things. You know, I watch fights, and I'll say something to somebody, and they're like, "What?" Because they don't understand it. But you know, you see somebody get hit with a body shot and they drop their hands, but their facial expression don't change. But they drop their hands and they move.
You know what just happened.
Yeah, you know what just happened. But you know, most people not gonna understand what's going on. You know, they just looking at the hands move. They're not looking at
facial expressions and everything.
Exactly.
Face tell a lot. We are taught not to show emotions.
Well, body language tells a lot. Like
body language, exactly.
Body language tells
everything. They start backing up. They start holding. You know, everything.
All of that.
But thinking of your amateur career, who was the hardest person that you faced as an amateur?
Hardest? What can I think about that? I can't really think about a hard one.
It wasn't name. Ernie
Quaves. That's my boy.
Yeah,
we tied up right now. We fought plenty of times. What is it, 6 and 6?
I don't know how many. Well, y'all don't think I fought that damn many times. I fought a lot.
We fought a lot of times. Either way, I go with equal right now. You owe me one more fight.
Nah, Ernie's small now, but Ernie was the toughest fight. That's the only one. That's the only one he could never just go in and just beat.
Just
anybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody else could pretty much beat.
Yeah. So as a pro, what because I talk to people, there's amateurs, there's pros, and they compare the two. So some people say, man, amateur was the most fun time. Other people say, man, I have so much fun as a pro. For you, what does that break down to?
To me, I love the amateurs. The only reason why it was more consistent. Like I love fighting, and it was more consistent. You know, the tournaments, I was fighting 5 days a week, 5 straight. So it just all of that. And then it just the atmosphere when you go there. You know, you go to the big old building. Everybody it's the top of the top. Everybody coming in suited up.
Pre-corona.
Yeah.
The one's gonna be like right
everybody
now.
coming in suited up, confident, thinking they finna win, and you just come in and wipe them all down. It's just a good feeling. You know, you come out on top. Like, like not just local, not just regional. I'm talking about
one by each time. He took them out one by one. That was impressive to see.
My division was stacked every time. I had to fight every day. And one tournament, Dallas, Texas. I think it was the USA's, I believe. I think the second day I got bruised up, and then I still had to fight. And I still had to keep going. I won that tournament also, but
What weight were you fighting at?
At this time, 41.
45 or 39. It was for 39.
Knock it out. Yeah, I wasn't open yet. I think it was 39.
Yeah, you never did go open?
No, I never did. I never did go open. So I think it's at 39.
Yeah.
The thing is like now to say, all right, you have a big fight, take a long break, take 4 months off, have another fight, man. I'm straight, man.
Yeah.
I'll take 1 month. I'll take 1 month off and then get back into it. I don't even have to take the month off. I don't have to. But I mean, boom. I just keep going. Boom. That's how I like it.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, in your opinion, separates you from other fighters? And I'm asking Dad the same thing.
Like I said before, nobody can outwork me. Like I'm real big on that, and the fact that I know I work harder than you. The fact that I know I will push harder than you, the fact that I will go through you, and no matter what, you can't stop me. My head is strong. Like no matter what you hit me with, I'm dedicated. Oh, that was a hard punch. Okay, cool. Let me keep going. Let me see if you can take this one though. Let me see if you can take that one. I don't care how many times you hit me. I'm still coming. I don't care.
Same question. What do you think?
I'm gonna be a realist. I ain't nobody ever told him. I think what set him apart, I know what set him apart is power. What I mean by power is I've seen some hard workers. Work ethic is one thing. He does have a good work ethic. But I've seen some hard workers. And I've seen people try. I've seen people do everything they could do to make it happen. But if they get in there with somebody that hit like this, that naturally can, do certain things. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What can you do? It's just like Tyson say, everybody got a plan till, this or that. But when you feel, it's when you feel that power.
Yeah.
I've watched literally every sparring session he ever had. And I watch people and they come in there and every last one of them, they holding, they grabbing and everything.
Look,
you
be
understand what I'm saying?
The first 15 seconds,
30 seconds, they very confident. They coming in. Last 30 minutes, last minute over, they the fight, they holding, they grabbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for people who don't know, you don't have to land to feel power.
Yes.
He can hit you in the
your
shoulder.
arm, you go.
He can hit you. Exactly. You can block the punch,
Right.
but you feel how hard that punch was, and it's like, oh, hold on. So believe me, when you get hit, when you in the ring and you get hit, you don't even gotta get hit. You just feel the punch. Your whole strategy gonna change.
Let me finish the difference. Let me finish the difference. Power is the main thing. The rest is what he learned. What he learned through doing this. He knows how to punch. So if you already naturally have power and you know how to punch, I learned how to punch late. I learned how to punch late. That's why I say, I think it was just heaven sent for him.
Yeah.
I learned how to punch late in my career because I didn't have much of an amateur career. I had like 13 amateur fights. You know what I mean? So I started late. I learned late in my career about how to punch and how to play punches. I've been teaching him from the start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So punch placements, where you place your punches at. Ring IQ makes a huge difference. Footwork makes a huge difference. I taught him the directives of it, and then of course he took what I taught him and excelled it to a whole nother level. Another thing that makes a difference is willpower. Of course, he got a whole lot of that. I had something else when I started talking. Defense, man. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot that comes. But I think the only thing that's just not that's probably unnatural for everyone will be the power. I think that's something that's unnatural, that's unteachable. You know what I mean?
Somebody recently did an interview, and they were talking about your power. And they said, I've sparred people as high as 170, 175. Like he said, he hit like that.
I've heard the same. I've heard the same thing. I've heard the same thing.
He said, it's not. He said to be 140, 147, right? To be at that weight, he hit like light heavyweight. That's big, man.
I got a quick funny story. My first fight on TV, the showbox back in March 13th. That was the very first combination I hit him with. I came out, I did a 1-2, and I put a 3 to the body. He said he stepped back. Oh, like it's still the funniest thing to me. Like that was the first thing he said. I just come out, boom, boom, boom. He stepped back. I was just like, come on now.
Nah, that's real. That's real because it's been. I'm sure you've been in sparring sessions, the same thing. You hit somebody the first time, they're like, like they looking like, that's not natural.
I had one dude, I caught him with a body shot. He straight up screamed like I had hit him. I hit, boom.
That's true. He did. He screamed.
It was the funniest thing ever. Like I didn't know what was going on. He threw a jab. I slipped it. Boom.
I just seen the facial expression. Yeah, we done seen some crazy stuff, man. We seen one guy nut up, man. I mean, we done seen some crazy stuff, man. We done seen him spawn somebody, and he getting there with him. It's a grown man. It was when he was about 16, 17. Yeah, that man just nutted up, man. He done made some people nut up, man.
He was scared that day.
Yeah, I was scared of that. But either way it go, like I said, I think the power is the biggest difference. Power is the biggest. Everything else is just through teachings and then he knows how to punch. Like you can have power. You can have power, and if you don't know how to punch, that power is really null and void. You know what I mean? Makes a big difference, right?
As far as like ring IQ or things that you pay attention to in boxing. There's some fighters who they watch every fight. Every fight that come on, it's like, yo, let me pay attention, let me watch. I can imagine at your division, you probably invested like, yo, let me see what this person about to do. But are you one of those guys who watch boxing on a regular basis, or are you kind of like, I need a break and let me do something else?
No. For the most part, I watch all the big fights, like current fights. I just watch for the most part big fights and stuff like that. But really, I watch boxing all the time. But I like watching old fights for the most part.
Yeah.
Like even, I guess you could say Floyd old now since he retired. So I like watching old Floyd fights. Go way back 90s, Terry Norris, Mike Tyson. I like watching a whole bunch of old fights. For me, I don't care about it now. I worry about the top fighters for the most part. Like, if I watch a fight now, like I said, it'd be the big fights, the Canelos, the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, all of them. I want to see the best. So I can steal some of their moves, train to beat them. Like, you could beat the best, you the best. Simple as that. So once again, like I said, watch a whole bunch of Floyd. I'm stealing a whole bunch of his moves. People say he the best ever, so if I train to beat the best ever, that makes me the best ever. Roy Jones, my boy, also. For a fact, ain't nobody beating Prime Roy. So I want to be able to beat Prime Roy.
Hold on. If Floyd and Roy was the same weight,
Prime
for Prime.
Man, Prime Roy would tell Floyd up. I got Prime Roy. He too different.
Now, but hold on.
I can see that.
He too different.
I'm gonna say this. This is where I stay, because Roy is my favorite fighter of all time.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite. But Roy did an interview one time, and he was talking about James Toney. So he said he's fighting James Toney. He said, yo, at some point in the fight, I ran out of things to do. He said I just couldn't think of nothing else to do because I couldn't get in there. So he said I stuck my face out thinking like, he's gonna copy what I did. And that's when James did that, and he caught him. He dropped, and then that changed the whole course of the fight. Right. So I said, yo, he thought that about James. I said, yo, Floyd ain't going for that silly like they.
James slick too.
James is a different style than Floyd. Styles make fights.
They got the Philly shed on me. They both two different fighters.
He's slick.
James is slick. He underrated in my opinion.
Right.
They don't talk about him enough.
And I like watching him a lot too. That boy savage too.
And you gotta think about it. If you take Roy moving around the ring on Floyd, trying to do. I think it'll make a big difference. I think Floyd somewhere that's gonna have to open up. I think the way Roy moves and the way he pop shots
and like he too different.
He gonna have to
over
open
here,
up.
step out over here.
Yeah, I've never thought about them two fighting at an actual. I never have.
I always thought about that.
I think Roy win.
Yeah.
I got Roy.
Yeah.
I got Roy against anybody.
But it's hard. It's so hard to say because the funny thing, if I was a trainer, right? And my protege is watching Roy, it's kind of like, hold on, let me put somebody else on, because he did everything that you're not supposed to do.
He did everything you're not supposed to do, and that was tailor-made for him.
Yeah,
Nobody else should try to do what Roy did.
Exactly.
And everybody else who tries fails.
Exactly.
So you're absolutely right. Your protege should not be doing that.
Don't watch him. But
no.
You see the same thing with Floyd now, where people try to mimic his defense. And they start getting tagged up, man.
I hate that. Like folks, man, Floyd, he perfected that. He worked on that system forever.
Yeah.
Like you ain't just finna step in. I got it, man. No, you don't. Man, you better perfect that outside the ring first.
Exactly.
And then ease your way up into it. Folks just try to jump
right into it. Because they saw it on TV,
man.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to social media, man, do you think that provides a distraction for you or other fighters? Because I know you'll see comments in people's status, you see stuff like that, and they read all through the stuff, and it's like, yo, man, like, it could get to a fighter's head. Do you think that provides a distraction, or how do you deal with it?
No, not really at all. Like, I actually love it. Like when folks leave bad comments or anything like that, like I don't respond for the most part. I just take it in. On the other hand, he'll retard. He will respond to if it's 100 negative comments, he is responding to everyone.
100.
But besides him, I love it. I won't respond at all. I will screenshot it and remember it. And it'll be when I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That'll be the reason why I run. That'll be the reason why I work out. So I just love those. Please send more to me. I like that. That's what I need.
I like that. Yeah, use it as fuel, man. Any energy, use it as fuel to keep it going. As far as like older fighters, because there's older fighters around. Has anybody embraced you, took you under their wing, and gave you their blessings to keep it going, or what?
No, not really. For the most part, we've been solo riding. Like we don't really have a lot of support at all. like we really just started getting a lot of support for the most part. You know, we from Georgia also. People look over Georgia. Don't nobody care about us for real. And also not just outsiders, even in here. Don't nobody care about me for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the same time, you can't hide greatness.
All right, let me chill a little bit. Don't say nobody care about me.
Don't nobody care about me. Don't nobody care about the black man who is trying to overstep.
It's still a 20-year-old child talking. People care. They just, you know, some people just, you know, when you beside each other, they just can't see past where they at and what they got going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or whatever. But recently, within the last, you just had a situation last week or the other week. You know, he's been getting a little bit more love or whatever. We appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? But as a whole, he right. He really, like, literally got it from straight scratch. You know what I mean? No help, straight from the bottom. No social media help. No big social media following. No, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I like social media as a whole when I just pretty much started getting on social media about 5 years ago. But like if I had it during my career, or you know any of the fighters during my career had it, it makes a big difference for the fighters. You know, it gives them a bit different platform to see
how
him.
big Ryan Garcia is.
Right, they can stay in the limelight. They can stay doing different things and stay in touch with the fans. You know what the fans they do have, and you know. So I think it's good for a fighter coming up. Yeah, it's a good platform for fighters that are coming up right now.
Good.
So I agree with it.
Cool.
But yeah, the negative comments do bother me. I just, like I said, like a week ago, we had a situation. I had to start reading because I was about to have an aneurysm.
He let it all get to him. Like it don't get to me. It don't hurt me. It don't do
but
nothing. But
I mean, you got to think
me.
this is my child we're talking
exactly.
about. This is my child we're talking about,
and
then the stuff, the shit they saying.
But put it like this though. Ain't people gonna hate?
Wait, hear me out.
People don't hate on nobody.
Hear me out. We're talking about, you're right, everybody gotta have haters, but we're talking about literal shit you can disprove. For example, look at this. I don't know if you can get it good on the camera. Mm-hmm. You can check this is called boxers though. You get what I'm saying? I had it. Mine is subsiding a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's called boxers though. Any picture you ever see him with or whatever from before, it's clear to see. He just did a post in 2019. You know what I'm saying? And he had the same boxing nose, and you had a guy who was sparring, putting pictures out saying that he gave him a swollen nose. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I came into the sparring session.
Right, he came into the sparring session look like it. So we gonna make a whole sparring session and make it about my boy nose. Yeah. So then what, we gonna give him a complex about his nose?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Kardashian route. I'm gonna get plastic nose. Y'all gonna stop talking about it.
It's all good. It's all good.
So in your opinion, or I'm not gonna say your opinion, but as far as your goals, what's the pinnacle of success that you want to achieve?
That's really just being the best that I can be. Like I don't really care about no fighters for the most part. I just want to train as hard as I can train. I want, like, when I retire, I want to know for a fact that I did everything that I could. I don't want to question myself. What if I did this that one night and it could have pushed me to do this? I want to make sure for a fact I put it all on the table and that I did everything I possibly could. So there's a whole bunch of top fighters out here, and the only way I can know that if I did everything, I have to fight you and I have to beat you. So that is my pinnacle of success.
What about you as his dad? What would you want the pinnacle of success for your son to be?
Exactly. Because I just want him to be happy about his life and happy about what he putting all his work and energy and time into. So if that's what he wants, that's what he wants, and that's what I want for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
remember this name. The Norman name gonna be legendary, alright? Remember that.
Nah, he just playing. He's clown and the kid.
I ain't playing. Y'all gonna remember the Norman name. Y'all gonna remember the Norman game till I die.
Anything else y'all want to add?
Yeah. I ain't playing.
Shut up.
Hey, yo.
All right, man.